So I'm going to show you all a trick today. If you are working on a machine and you need to test whether it agitates or not, there's a little bitty mark, usually on the somewhere on the dial, and here it is right here. See that little mark right there? If you turn your selector right on top of that mark and start it, you can test whether it's agitating, whether it's got water in it or not. So I'm going to do an update on my shop. It's Memorial Day, end of May 2024, and we finally got the shop just about in the shape that we wanted. And of course we're not open today, but the missus is down here redoing her display window, which she got in, and I'm down here cleaning up, and that blew off the parking lot and got everything ship shape. I've got just tons of service calls to do tomorrow, and I've got plenty of shop work to do also. But I was going to show you the updates we've made. Of course, we put the window in for her, and she planted this neat little flower garden, and it is just doing so well. Her rose bushes are perfect, and her daisies, and these are marigolds, I think. They usually bloom in the fall, or it looks like they have blooms in them, but she wanted a garden that would be a yearly thing, but mostly she's got spring plants in there right now. And these are chrysanthemums, and they have, I think, come to the end of their season. This is her shop, and in this shop she's got a lot of stuff, a lot of junk.
Excusing what?
And she's got a big black dog with her. What you got on your nose, buddy? But she's closed today, so her bicycle's not outside, and she's doing her window display. Patriotic, I think. She's got all kinds of neat stuff. If you're ever in Oakdale, Louisiana, stop by and buy something at Fleur de Lesa. Fleetique. She's got really neat stuff in here. So she hides a lot of the good stuff. There's a Nippon gravy tray, I guess. Just a decorative hand painted Nippon. She's got all kinds of Milano glass.
Yeah,
Murano, whatever. She's got projects for me to do. She's got the boat dock over here. There's a picture of her folks who love to fish, and that's probably on the White River or Lake Taneycomo in Missouri. They live on Upper Bull Shoals Lake. And she called me from Missouri one day and said, "I bought a boat. I need you to go to Missouri and pick it up." I said, "What?" So I had to go all the way to Missouri, pick this stupid boat up, and make a bench for her. And she bought that boat with no bottom in it, and had me put shelves in it for her display.
Show your cutting boards.
I've sold out of all my cutting boards. I make these. We were selling them at craft fairs before COVID hit, and kind of knocked the craft fair business out. I make a lot of these end grain cutting boards, and this is about the last of the inventory that I had. These are the ones that have been picked through. They're not the nicest ones we ever had, but people still like them. And this boat here is a local boat. A local man built it. My father used to make these boats out of cypress, and they're heavy flat bottom river boats. But this was before the time that they had aluminum canoes and aluminum boats that were widespread on the Cal Kasheau River down here. And people used these boats often, and there was a few men in town that built them. And this particular boat was built by David Stallsby for Earl Greer, and Earl Greer's son Mark donated this boat to my wife. He had it hanging in his barn, and she saw it and told him what she'd like to do with it, and he gave it to her to put in her shop down here as a display. And she had me put lights and all in it. See if I can flip these on, if you can see that. Yeah. So anyway, she, what, it's hanging crooked. She had me hang that thing up, and tell you what, that was a heavy boat. But the nature of Cyprus, these boats, when they get wet, they get heavy. But that's one of the things about Cyprus. When it swells, the joints in this boat would swell, and they'd push together, and it would stop any leaks in it. That's the way those boats were made. Anyhow, she's got all kinds of stuff. If you ever come to Oakdale, Louisiana, please come by, say hi to us, and stop by Lisa's Fleetique and see what she's got. Now here's our kitchen area. This is where we make lunch every day, or heat it up, or most of the time we go out and get junk food. But she buys stuff to decorate for any opportunity or occasion, and she bought this from a yard sale. It's a toy over and under a stack unit, and with a little ironing board, laundry type thing. And this is my office. And this is where I do most of my business. People come in buying stuff, parts or whatever, and then here's the couch for them, and here, of course, here's my desk and computer where I usually order all my parts, do my book work. I also edit videos here. This is my desk. It looks a whole lot like the same desk that I had when I worked for the agriculture and forestry as an aircraft pilot. This desk looks almost exactly like that. It's like I went from one job and just moved into a different building. This is the bathroom that was in this building when we got it. Most of this building was just a shell, and this office area was here. This paneling that we used is different, and it had a shower in it. For what reason, I don't know. But I said, well, let's go ahead and keep the shower, and of course I improved it with some glass doors and whatever. It's never used. You can see I have a water hose in here to fill a mop bucket with. But this is my private bathroom. Of course, I have my printer in the corner, and the printer's used by both of us. And somebody wants a receipt for a credit card, she'll print it out here from her shop next door. Now going outside is the shop area, and up the stairs, I'm sure any of y'all who've seen one of my previous shop tours have seen the YouTube studio. It's up here at the top of the stairs. Now when you come in, you'll see these pictures. My wife painted this picture, and my son painted that one, and of course this drives me nuts. I put a level on this picture a million times, and it's level. It's just the slope of the roof that sets off my OCD. I want to tweak it. I can't. This is where I usually make review videos, and sometimes you'll see me on some of the previous videos I have up here. I'm going to be making some more review videos this year, and this is where I usually have my camera, of course my studio microphone and lighting. Of course, echoes were really bad up here. I had to put the foam on the walls to kind of mitigate the echoes, and the decor. Of course, my wife has done all this. She's the crafty one in the family. Of course, it has a small TV up here. Here, it's got a private bathroom. When we bought the building, there's nothing but a plywood floor right here. No rails or anything. It's just a storage area above the office. And I asked the contractor, I said, can you make a room up there? He said, sure. And this is what we did. As the room progressed, I said, well, I like it. I said, why don't we just can you make a shower and a bathroom? He said, sure, I can do that. So we made this bathroom in here. and it's got a shower head that's never been used, and it's got this funky rain type head on it. I don't know if that'll be any good or not. I use this shirt in my videos, so I keep one here. And of course, it's got this toilet and sink and everything. And what I was thinking when we did this is someday if I ever sell this business to a young man that maybe not married or something, he could maybe live at the business, you know, put a bed up here. He's got a kitchen downstairs, a bathroom facilities up here. He could live on site while he got his business going. And I don't know. Also, we had talked one time when family comes home and we don't have enough room at the house to put everybody, that we could fix this up for somebody to stay here while they're visiting. Anyway, that's the YouTube studio. And out here is the shop. And I've made several updates to the shop that I'm proud of, and I'm glad I did it. Some of the latest things I did is I finished up purchasing all my Seville Classic toolboxes and cabinets. And the first thing I went to this Seville Classic thing because I bought this roll around toolbox at Sam's. It was reasonable, in $700 range, $700-800, I don't remember. And it came in 2 boxes, and you had to put it together. And it's no small chore to put it together. It takes about at least 3 hours to put one of these things together, I'd say, if you've never done it. So anyway, I put that together, and I was really impressed with the quality of it. And the company's out of California. Everything's made in Vietnam, but the company, Seville Classic Company, is in California. They probably outsource the labor to Vietnam, so stuff is made in Vietnam by an American company, I think. But anyway, I saw these, and then I went to their website, and they have all kinds of other stuff. They had these wall cabinets, which I really like, and I put parts in these, store parts and whatnot. Hey, big dog, what are you doing? Anyway, I got in here last October after Mr. Harper passed away, and it was hot at the time, and it's very, very hot in this building. Of course, I put this silver insulation up. This dropped the heat 20 degrees by putting that insulation in. And then while I worked with agriculture and forestry, and I flew to all around the state, we had aircraft hangars all around the state that Commissioner Bob Odom had built in the early 2000s, the late 1990s, and a lot of them had these huge fans in them. This fan is called a Big Ass Fan. That's the name of the company, Big Ass Fan Company, and they make these fans. This is a 14-foot fan, and I said if I ever had a nice shop, I was going to put one of these in it. This is not a cheap fan. This fan is priced over $5,000. I got 20% off on I don't remember, President's Day sale or something like that. I jumped on it when it went down 20%, and that fan cost more than the 2 mini splits that air conditioner per side. But anyway, this Seville Classic things, I really like Seville Classic, and I went back to Sam's and I got these Seville Classic roll around shelving, and to put parts on. So I got these 2 roll around shelves, and they are just awesome. You can't overload them hardly. You put anything you want to on. Of course, this thing is just full of old parts that I use fixing my kind of stuff that I sell, or if a part happens to be just way expensive on the on the supplier side, and I do have like a control board or something, I will sell my used parts for 50% what the retail price is to customers. I had all kinds of parts and things just scattered all over the place. So I went back to Seville Classic's website and I found these. And these plastic bins, and you come out and they have these center dividers in them, and of course I label everything, and it really organized all my parts. Of course, it's taken me time to find out where everything is again. I had that big. If you've looked at my past videos, I had a big circular nail bin is what it was, and I had all this stuff on it, and I kind of knew where it was, but now that everything's got a place for everything now, and I needed a place to put my volatiles, so I put all my volatiles in here. Paints and oils and cleaners and propane, all that kind of stuff goes up in here. And of course I labeled it paint locker. Now I had these, and thanks to you guys and the YouTube channel, I take the proceeds. I said I don't borrow money, and I said I'm gonna take the proceeds of my YouTube channel and I'm going to improve my shop by buying these storage things. I had this paint locker here. It didn't have this top on it, so I went ahead and bought these two things that come on. Well, actually I bought that one to finish out this one, and I don't have anything in it yet. So I bought these lockers. You can get these lockers this size, and then you can buy these extra extenders on them. So what I did recently is I bought this unit with the tops on them, that unit, and those three cabinets come as a packaged set. You have a deal on those, and so I bought that, and of course what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to put my parts in it that I use at the shop and sell here. I had control boards scattered everywhere. Now I've got them where I can find them. And of course I've got G belts and on spot and other, and I'm still working on putting parts in all this stuff. They have solid wood tops. They're really good. Of course I have my bearing press here. Hardly ever use that thing. I've got a lot of transmissions I need to go through, put neutral drain kits in for spares. Of course I have my trusty U.S. General roll around toolbox, which has all my tools shadowed in it, so I can find it whenever I open the drawer. And I was thinking about getting rid of the old red toolbox and using these, but no, I like this. Everything's in it. I know where it is. It's shadowed. That's fine. I may shadow these boxes eventually if I ever put tools in them. So anyway, I was going to show you. I keep all my yard tools in here, and it comes with shelves. I think there's 3 shelves, maybe just 2, and they're over there. And I keep other stuff in here. I keep hoses. Yeah, it comes with 3 shelves, 1, 2, and 3, and you can adjust these anywhere you want them. So I keep my pressure washer, a small vacuum, a blower, all my in there, and I'm still putting things up. I got suspension rods I'll throw up here, and then I got these the other day. I hadn't put anything in them. I just put these together the other day. Now these come, it's funny, these things come and they are packaged amazingly well. From all these things I have no damage on anything due to the packaging. But I've got a nice workbench here, and this is Seville Classic, a stainless steel stool, very nice. Of course, a good workbench to tear up in the future. And what I like about these wooden tops is you can put tools on here. If you wanted to mount your vise here, or maybe mount a bench grinder, you can always mount to these solid wood surfaces. This is not press board inside here. This is a solid piece of hardwood. I'm not sure. It looks maybe oak or hickory. I'm not sure what the hardwood is, but they're all very nice. Good quality stuff. Of course, I've got another one over here, and I had all these trays on roll-arounds, and I mounted them to the wall. I don't know if I like that or not, but one thing about that, if I find places for all this stuff, what else Seville Classic has are wall organizers with this pegboard. This pegboard is a steel panel with pegboard patterned in it, and they've got those for wall organizers. Of course, everything is on wheels, and everything in this shop should be on wheels. That bench is not on wheels, and it's lower than the top of those two things, which I can't adjust it, but I just put that together yesterday, and the wheels haven't made it here yet for the table. But once the wheels come, I'll put the wheels on the table, and then I'll adjust the height to match the height right here, so I have an even work area. Of course, I have my very quiet California Air Tool compressor, one of the quietest compressors I ever saw. I heard that you can hardly hear it when it's on. You can talk when you're standing right next to it, and it's on. You don't have to raise your voice at all. Just have my little cracker box welder, and what I plan to do in the future is build a slab out here. I might go the whole length of the shop, 15 feet out, and put a lean-to on it, so I'll have all that room. Maybe come in for something else. I own this lot as far as you can see, mowed out there to that ditch line right there, all the way. It makes a curve about where that telephone pole is, and goes over to those yellow plastic things on the guy wires on that pole. This is my boneyard. I don't like to get this boneyard too full. I get about 36 to 40 machines. I call my buddy Jimmy. He hauls them all to the junkyard, and we split 50-50. It's a good deal for him, good deal for me. Now right now I have all these machines that I'm working on for other people, and well, actually those two turned sideways are mine. Well, actually those three right there are all mine to fix and sell, but these 6 I need to be working on. These 2 are for sale right now. I need to paint this one, and these 6 I need to start working on. I am just booked up for the rest of the week for service calls and all that, but for now that's what we have. Anyway, this is the progress on the shop. Now if you have seen my other videos, you can see that when we got this place, it was a shell. It was at an office space right here. They had another office place in there that we tore down, but there was this one downstairs office, and a staircase going up to that balcony that had just a plywood floor on it. The insulation was falling down. It was just a disaster. I got this place very reasonable. A friend of mine, I told him I needed to find a place that Mr. Harper and I could work, not at his house, because if you had seen his place when I got there, he was an old gentleman that he couldn't really move a lot of stuff around, and it's, you know, after a while in this kind of business, stuff piles up on you fast. And his front yard was just full of washers and dryers, and so I got up there and I started. First thing I did was I worked with him a little bit and learned about how to do stuff. So I'd do one job, and if I had any spare time, I'd start cleaning and moving stuff around, taking washers and dryers that he had bought over time, fixing them so that we could sell them. So I got all of that stuff out of his front yard, got his garage cleaned out where we could work in it. It was, when I got there was another gentleman working with him, an older guy, and he had a table that was about 2 by 2, and it was just had tools all over it, sockets, screwdrivers. Yeah, it was just, that was, if you needed something, you had to dig through it. First thing I did is ran to Harbor Freight, got that machine, that thing there, and started filling it with good tools that we could use, and so that really sped up the job process. You know, if you need a 1/2-inch socket and you can open your drawer and put your finger right on a 1/2-inch socket, that saves you 5 minutes looking for one. Anyway, I hope you like this shop tour. If I do any more improvements, I'll let you know. I was fortunate enough that tree wasn't tall enough to damage my building, because it fell right into this one about 2 weeks ago in a big storm that came through, and it didn't damage my building any. But maybe I have pictures of that I can put up and show you. But anyway, this is the shop now, and I am going to do some projects for her, and when we finish that, we'll go home, and it's Memorial Day, so we might do some barbecuing or anything. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Chip out.